Oh, okay. We are live. We are live. We are live. Trying to set things up. Where is this thing? I'm still setting up. So yes, we are live. Hi Anna. How are you doing? Anna, how's your day been? Hey Ni, which noise? Ni, what noise can you hear? Because I can't. Hold on, let me take my headset and then see if I can hear that noise. Otherwise, there's no noise from here. Let me monitor it and then see if I can hear any noise. 1 second. I'm trying to monitor and see if I can hear the noise Ni is hearing. Okay, Ni, I don't hear any noise. Okay, all right. So Ni says it's okay now. Anna, a day for you. What's up with you? All right, Ni. I went to monitor and I didn't hear the noise, so we are good to go. So now let me go and share as usual. Let me go and share it, then we will continue. Tonight we are discussing rate cards. Where are the, hold on. Okay, so let me edit today's topic. Okay, boom. So the topic is down there. We are discussing rate cards today. So we'll have a couple of guys on here. We will address them with our questions. Then they will go ahead and answer them. So let me just go and share the link and then come back here so we can start our discussion. Oh, PDS has been visiting you. Sorry, okay. We are sorry. PDS is sorry. Anna, they are very, very sorry. Okay, I'm trying to share the link here. So let me do that quickly. Then we continue. Ni, my brother, how are you doing? How are you doing? How was your day? Okay, so Salah says, hello Cassie. Salah says, when I come live like this, like the first few minutes and I'm quiet, it's awkward. Who else thinks that? So I'm trying not to be silent. That's why I tell you people whatever it is that I'm doing. Cassie, welcome. I'm still trying to share the links to the various WhatsApp groups. So just give me some few seconds and I'll be done with that. Then we continue. Please don't forget to drop your thumbs up. Yes, it's very, very important. The thumbs up are very, very important. From StreamYard, I can't follow the thumbs up. So Cassie, be in charge of that, yeah? Still sharing links. Still sharing links. Seboni said he was going to take a nap, so I would have to wake him up. And who else? Who else? Yes, we'll have to get in touch with Catalyst. And then let me see if Joey Dutch can also join us. Yes, and myself, I'm here. Nee is also here. Okay, one more place and one more place. And we are good to go. Okay, guys, if you're here, Seun, welcome. Yesterday it seemed like I didn't have time for most of you guys, but that's not it. I was, the discussion was it was something else, see? And I was busily trying to moderate. That's how come it looked like I didn't have time for some of you guys. But then, hey, AC, welcome. Welcome to tonight's edition. I'm still sharing the links in various groups. I'm almost done. I think last group, yes, and we are good. Okay, now I'm back here. Let me focus on you guys. Good. So, yes, Anita, I need a haircut. Tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. Friday, I'll go to the barbershop. Tomorrow, I'll be busy, so I'll visit the barbershop. Friday, yeah, Friday or Saturday. No, Friday is okay. Today, please give all speakers 15 minutes to contribute and more on contribute and more on period. What's that? So the last place, yes. But today we are going to streamline everything. People will be giving time to contribute, and then so that we can have specific people contributing, so that one person doesn't take all the time. You get it? So as you come in, don't forget to drop your thumbs up. I see 5 thumbs up, but 9 people watching. How is that possible? And move on. Okay, yes, we got it. Yes, AC, I got it. So today we are going to streamline it. Everybody, has specific time to talk and all that. So let me try and get, I need Selassie here. I need Catalyst here. I know Catalyst will come, when we are 1 hour into the show and all that. So tonight we are discussing rate cards as photographers. First of all, what is a rate card? Who do you share your rate cards with? What do you need to have on your or in your rate card and all that? Now we'll be discussing all that. Yeah. Okay, so let me share the link. Yeah. So those who want to join now, before we start the main discussion, if you want to join our video now and then make a submission, please do so before we start. As we wait for our main facilitators. Okay, so I've gotten in touch with Joey and Stella. Joey will be here shortly. I'm trying to get in touch with Catalyst. And then Lion also. Trying to get please, who are our facilitators? For now, yes, Gilbert, how was your day? Anita, why are you maybe? Is it because I said I'll get a haircut Friday? I want me to go and get it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be busy. So, yes, Anita, we have Stella, we have Joey, and then Catalyst. Those are the main facilitators. Any other person who comes on, let's say when we need Oh, poor network. Is it teledata? Could you hear them? We won't dog you. So guys, I've posted the link is here. So for now, before we have our facilitators coming on, this is the link. If you want to join via video, just tap on it and then it will add you here. So teledata lately is messing. Wow. No bandwidth for streaming. Sammy, you see, even mine with TurboNet, it's been awful for some time now. Like anytime you want to download, it's something else. See, you're trying to download, and I think they intentionally do it so people don't download. But the thing is, it's my own data. I bought it. I bought the thing, so allow me to use it anyhow I want. With the hammer today, please, 15 minutes. No problem. So 15 minutes maximum. So we can have, today we don't want to go beyond 2 hours. We don't want to go beyond 2 hours today. So we'll streamline it so that, Charlie. Today, no 2 hours. Yesterday, we did about 3 hours. Nate says what? When can you host me? Let's talk about drone photography. Nate, problem no day. I need, why am I calling Cassie Anita? Cassie, please note it down, so we can drone photography and video. So note it down so we can. Yeah, Cassie, today we are not exceeding 2 hours. So Cassie, please note it down so we can have Gideon Nate on for drone photography at a later date. So Gideon, yeah, if you have my number, just WhatsApp me or send me a message on Instagram. Ghananie photography, same thing, so that we can vibe and then fix a date for that one. Yes, so Anita, we'll start. We are waiting for. Sarah says he has a bad network, so he might be joining us through the chat. So when he sends, then I will project it on here so you guys can see. And for now, I'm the only one here. Joey is joining. I've sent Catalyst a text, and then Lion is also coming on. So first of all, I don't want to be the only one talking here. I'm just waiting for one more person to join. Yeah, I'm just waiting for one more person to join. This is the link. So if you want to come on and then, if you have any question and all that, just come on and let's do that. Now, first of all, we are talking about rate cards. What are rate cards? Rate cards are basically like your service charges. How much you charge for what? It's like when you go to a barbering shop, they have their rate card there. You might not know that it's called a rate card, but then that's how we call it in this industry as a photographer. That's how we refer to it. So when you go to the barbering shop, then they have some call it price list. So they have the items, and then, or a supermarket, they have where the fridge is and they have ice cream and stuff. They have a note there, then the name of the item and then the price. So it's like price list. It's the same thing for photographers, but we call it rate card. So should every photographer have a rate card? Okay, Seboni is here. So let's add Seboni. Yo, Seboni, you're on. Good evening, man.
Good evening, boss.
President of the underground or the upcoming photographers.
I salute you.
Okay, all right. So how come we can't see you, Seboni? People want to know who you are.
I don't know. My webcam is not coming on.
Oh, okay. Or there is something you're hiding also.
Oh no, I'm not hiding anything.
Okay, all right. So Seboni, what have your people told you about rate cards? Your underground people, what have they whispered into your ears about rate cards?
Rate cards.
Yes.
Okay, so normally, I think the upcoming find it very difficult pricing what they do. You understand? Most people don't know how to go about their pricing. So normally the question is, "Oh, boss, can you please help me develop a rate card for what I'm doing, like maybe weddings or events, or so it's basically that. Like I think people find it a bit difficult drafting or putting up their price list.
Okay, all right. So just by the way, Kingsley, I beg, today we need you on board. So if possible, Kingsley, just use the link to come on. You can turn off your webcam. We just need your mind on what we are discussing. We are discussing rate cards. You know, you do baby photography, so we need your mind on this. So Kingsley, if possible, please. In fact, this is an invitation. I'm inviting you to join us. Okay. All right, Seboni, you have said it. This is what. Okay, am I chewing? I'm not chewing anything. There's nothing. I'm just. Okay, let's come back. Seboni,
Yes, boss.
do you think every photographer needs a rate card?
I wouldn't say every photographer. I would say every professional photographer is supposed to have a rate card because there are people who
Okay.
are doing photography for fun. So
Why would you say every professional photographer should have a rate card?
it's very important. I think if you are looking at the business side of photography, why wouldn't you have a rate card? If you go to the market and you're going to purchase something, I think there's a price tag. So you doing business, photography business, there should be a price tag to what you are doing. So it's very important to have a rate card.
Okay, so in your opinion, every professional photographer should have a rate card. Now,
Yes, please.
somebody will be like, okay, I'm confused. What shows I'm a professional photographer? How can I differentiate between a hobbyist and a professional photographer? Let's say one of your people, your underground people, says, okay, I've been learning how to take pictures for some time now. You know, so when can I say I'm a professional photographer?
Being a professional photographer, I think it comes with a lot experience and all that. You understand. Once you start seeing like the business aspect of photography, like I really want to earn something from what I'm doing. It's not just like a hobby. You pick up any camera, you go and take pictures, come and edit it for fun. Once you see like a business, you want to make a living out of it. I think you need the rate card.
Okay, so you can refer to yourself as a professional photographer once you're doing it as a business, right?
Yes, please.
Awesome. So the underground people, if you are charging for your service, then your chairman says you're automatically a professional photographer. You are no more a hobbyist. Once you start charging for your service, you're a professional photographer and you need a rate card. Now, your rate card states, you know, your services, let's say your packages, and then the prices associated with them. You know, the thing is now, Bonnie, I've
Yes,
had
boss.
I've had a couple of problems. Let's say most of the clients I deal with, they come. The first thing they ask is send us your rate card.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say for studio, let's limit it to studio now. Let's say you're doing portraits and
Mm-hmm.
you have your rates. Let's say, let's for now, everything we are working on is assumption, unless we specifically state that what this is on a personal level or something. So let's
Okay.
assume an hour session for a portrait is 200 cedis
Mm-hmm.
for five rated images. Now your client
Mm-hmm.
tells you, I need just two images. And on your rate card, your minimum is five images for 200. Now client says what? I need just two images. You, what are you going to do about that? Like, you know, you already have a rate card and the client is also giving you something which is not on your rate card. How will you address it?
I think I don't know if we are talking about a flat rate or per hour or something. You see, normally people do either flat rate or hourly or picture or anything. But I think it will be good and it will be nice if you think what your client is asking is not on your rate card and you can give a discount cool. If not, and you think that's the minimum you can charge, fair enough. You tell the client, yes, that's the minimum you can. You can't do anything about the price.
Okay, so as what brought me to this is this. I have let's say a rate card which states the various things hourly and something, and then client says what Charlie. Instead of 1 hour, mine is just on 5 minutes something. And we know when they start saying that, it means what? They want reduction or something like that.
Yes.
Do you insist that every professional photographer should have a base minimum for services?
Of course, you should have a base minimum. You can't just be doing things anyhow. You understand? Normally, you just put everything into consideration. If it wouldn't let you lose. I think we are all in to make profit, but you can make even. If you think you going down or reducing the price to suit your client wouldn't make a loss for you, it's subjective. You can go for it. But I think everyone should have a minimum. Like this is the minimum. You are not going below, no matter what, regardless. You are not going below this price.
Okay, so Sir Bonnie, you as a professional, do you think we should have like a regulated price in this industry?
Do we? The question is, do we even have an industry? And who is going to regulate those prices? You see, it comes up often. People want like we the differences between rate cards are too high. People are charging like huge sums of money for like almost the same services everyone is doing. Let's say video, we are doing wedding photography. You can charge as much as 10K. Someone is charging 500 cities, and people feel like people are spoiling the market. You understand? Normally, that's what we hear. People are spoiling the market because a job you will do and charge 1,000 Ghana cedis, someone is doing a similar thing and charging like 400 cedis. But I don't think it should be a problem. Everyone should know your worth. If you know this is your worth, putting everything into consideration, your cost of the business you are doing, like everything in place, and you think no, you can't do things anyhow. I don't think we should just go by what everyone is doing. We it can be regulated. You understand? There should, if only we had an industry, it can be regulated. Maybe on a normal day, no photographer is supposed to charge more than 4,000 for a wedding. You understand? So you look at your strength and you can fall within the range from 1 city to 4,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay, now there is one more question. Do you have to adjust your rates just to fit in?
To fit in, as in,
As in, let's say now this is the more reason why I want Kingsley to join us, because I've spoken with him a couple of times and he has Kingsley. See, I'm inviting you personally. Just use the link and then join. We want to hear your voice, so that we can, we want to pick your brains on some of these, because some of the questions I want to specifically ask you. So, King, I beg. King, I've sent the link. So the StreamYard link I've sent in there, just tap on it and it will bring you in here. So I'm sending the link again. Just tap on the link I've posted on your phone. It will add you to the video call. All right. So as I was saying, let's say you belong. No, you don't belong anywhere. Let's say you have your rate card, right? And the minimum for your charges is, let's say, 3K for both wedding and engagement. But you've realized that over, let's say, 2 months, all your clients who come and you send them that rate card, they're like, I'll get back to you. They never get back to you. And then a couple of guys who are charging less than that, and they are always shooting. Every weekend they are shooting. Now, in your mind, you'll be like, oh, maybe my rates are too high. Should I adjust my rates so that I'll also be getting some of the gigs?
it depends. It depends because yes, if we all see the business side of the photography, you see there's competition everywhere. Like you have competitors. Everyone
Oh,
is in the business.
1 minute. Sorry, I sent the wrong link. Kingsley, sorry. Let me copy the right link. Sorry, guys. I was sending the wrong link. Okay, Saboni, please go on.
So if you see the business aspect of the photography, you see that yes, there's competition everywhere. We have competitors. You understand? So you just have to look at the market and compare prices. Like, are you charging? Are you overcharging? If you think yeah for like for some month or yeah and over you haven't gotten any gig, I think you should go back to your rate card and check if everything is all right. You compare market prices and see if you are not overcharging or anything. So yeah, you can adjust your rate card to fit in, but it shouldn't make you make a loss.
It shouldn't make you make a loss. Okay. I'm having a laugh, guys. This is a worldwide problem. Creative rate. Yes, that's same. That is true. It's a worldwide thing because some people, people believe that what other some people believe in numbers. Other people to believe in knowing your worth. Let's use the Google example. When Google came out, they decided, okay, our services are going to be $1. Then Yahoo was charging, over $100 and stuff for the same services. And Google says what? $1. If we have 1 million people paying $1 for a service, how much would that be? That's 1 million. And if somebody is also charging $100 for a service and they get 10 people, or let's say 100 people, they will still not make 1 million. You get it? So some people believe in the strength in numbers. Others to believe in knowing your worth, like just keeping your price high, just to brand yourself, so people know that this guy, his prices are high. That means his work is good. Seboni, you as a person, what do you believe in?
So
What
I believe
advice would you give to the youngsters or those who don't have a red card yet? What advice will you give? Should they go
oh,
for
I mean,
numbers or should they go for knowing your worth?
I wouldn't say the advice is to up and coming. It's to every creative. Me, I
Yes,
believe in
those who don't have red cards yet,
yes.
those
I
who
believe
want to
I
know more
believe
about that.
I believe you should consider the numbers and the branding and everything, because yes, if it's a business, you're not the only one doing photography in Ghana. The industry is choked now. Like, now everyone is a photographer. You get a camera, you can do point and shoot, edit more, professional photographer, you understand? So yeah, competition is there, and it's not every gig that you might get what is on your rate card. Sometimes you have to adjust. You take a lot into consideration, long-term relationship. You see, maybe you can get a client and it's not going to be a one-day thing. So why don't you adjust and be with that client for like a very long term? You understand me? My baseline is whatever you do shouldn't make you make a loss. It can reduce your profits small, just like a small margin, just to attain something in future. It's not like you're just doing it to fit in or anything. You understand?
Mm.
So yeah, that would be my advice. Sometimes you need to fit in. It's not every day. Sometimes you send a rate card and you can even earn more. You understand? It can go high, it can come like low, but it shouldn't go lower than the flat rate.
Okay, all right. So Kingsley, are you here with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so Kingsley here is a baby photographer. If you haven't seen his works yet, it's Coos and Clicks on Instagram. He is
I did beg, I
the
did beg.
so guys, I have sold him out now. If you've not heard about him, then he's the one. This is the man behind Coos and Clicks on Instagram. So yes, among the top baby photographers in Ghana, he is one of them. I know a couple of names. I won't mention them. I'm promoting my brother. So you can go after this live stream. You can go check him out, Coos and Clicks on Instagram. He's been running a very successful business for some time now, and he's done well to keep it underground until boys sold out. We all got to know about him. So Kingsley, tell us what has been your key to success.
Hey, that's a big question.
Yeah.
Anyway, it all boils down to the customer. When I say the customer or client, meaning what the client wants, you get it. Normally when I started photography, right, I
Yeah.
wanted to become a wedding photographer, a general photographer and stuff. But with a little idea or knowledge I had in business development and stuff, I decided to do a bit of research, get to know the various genre of photography we have, and specialize in something. When we start, we all want to be, hey, I'm a photographer, baby, maybe chat, wedding, maybe chat. You know, everything you want to do, you want to be everywhere, jack of all trades. I've done that before. But as time went, I decided to specialize somewhere and become like a key person in that field. Yes. So that's one of the main things that led to the success of Cools and Clicks.
Okay. All right. So now we have someone who has generalized. As I'm speaking here, I'm yet to generalize. I had wanted to generalize this year, but due to COVID-19, I haven't been able to yet. So I'll give it up to next year. So King, tell us how do you come by your your rates?
Okay, so coming up with rate, Charlie, it involves a lot. That I know two ways. It involves a lot. But then again, market research is needed. The industry is already there. When I came into the industry, it was already there. I didn't create the industry. You get it? So I had to get at the rate cards here and there and compare prices to at least fit in there as a newcomer. But as time went on, I decided to add more value to my work. You know, as you grow, you have to develop yourself. Charlie, the work is stressful. This, you have to increase more prices here and there and all that. And also making the client feel comfortable at your place is one key thing that made us review our prices. When you come to my studio, you feel like you are home. So me making you feel at home, you need to pay for that price.
That's very necessary.
It's very necessary. I always don't consider myself. I always consider the client first. So let me make my clients comfortable before I start to talk about pricing with him. You get it? Yeah. So that's what normally goes into my pricing and all that. And the rate with baby photography, you can't really say you are using 1 hour to shoot, even though on our price rates, we have 1 hour, 30 minutes and all that. It's all dependent on the baby. Now, the note is everything is dependent on the babies, but we have measures we take in place to make the program or the shoot, or the, should I say, shoot, photo shoot
session.
Photo session. Thank you. Photo session runs smoothly. Yeah. So we consider a lot of stuff before coming with prices. But then I say it is an industry that's already there. So you have to play around figures in the industry to make things work for you.
Okay. All right. So Kingsley, this question, Seboni, if you're listening, listen to the same question. You answer it after Kingsley. Do you have separate rate cards for the various categories of clients that you have? Now, let me explain. Let's say there are people when you're asking for a rate card. First of all, they ask you, where is your wedding going to take place? With the explanation that a wedding at East Legon will surely cost more than a wedding in Nima. You get it? So, do you have that kind of rate card based on your client status? Okay, King. I think you're King. Are you here with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So my
that question to me.
Yes, both of you and Bonnie. So after Bonnie will come and answer it.
Okay,
I thought you were free.
That's the thing with having a rate card. It's fixed. No matter who comes in, we'll still have to pay for that. There are times I've had prominent people coming in but because it's prominent doesn't mean you have to change your 1,000 Ghana or 500 Ghana cedis price to 5,000. Nah, you get the whole thing. So you have to consider a lot of things. Like, Charlie, you can't dupe them or should I say fraud them because they are stars or something. That's your service charge. So just go with it.
Okay, but how about there's this thing also. Let's say a client who 5,000 cedis it means nothing to. and you're on your rate card, you're like 5,000, and they've visited other, they know about other maybe providers, and they know that these people charge maybe 10K and above, and they come to you and yours is like 5K, and they're like, does he really know what he's doing? Because his price seems low. Have you had any of such encounters?
Oh yeah, so many times. We had one lady that came and she was like, Charlie, you guys are not charging enough for your service. Days we come. Oh, like actually parents, more of them when they just come in after some few minutes. Hey, I'm tired. Hey, you guys are really doing well. Like they keep saying that all the time. Like, oh, we don't charge enough. But there are some that also come in and they're like, hey, your prices are expensive. Hey, they're expensive. But one thing is, the moment they come into the studio to experience what you do, they value the price. And they value like the amount you have placed there. You get it? So normally when people start talking about prices, they don't see what you're actually going to do. They are in their head, they say, oh, picture keke.
Exactly.
But they don't know what it entails until they are part of the experience. So with the pricing there, someone say, oh, picture keke, reduce and stuff. But Charlie, if you now you know that when you reduce it to not work for you, Charlie, just don't.
Okay, so tomorrow's session is going to be about pricing. So we'll leave the pricing aspect for that. So Kingsley, we'll have you on tomorrow too. But then let's wait for Seboni to answer that same question before we move to the next question. So those in the chat, please, if you have any question concerning rate cards, please drop them so that those on the panel can answer them for you. And I see, where is Kofi? Kofi, I saw you on here, so I've posted the link. If you have, I know you have lots of questions, so you can come in maybe 2 minutes, ask your questions, and then we will take you off for our facilitators to take. So, Seboni, please go ahead and answer.
So for me, I think what's the guy's name? Is it
Kingsley? Yeah.
Ken has said it all, but I think when it comes to corporate, okay, for me, I have different rate card for individuals and corporate. I can't charge the same service. I will charge maybe Kingsley the same price I'm going to charge MTN or something. MTN is going to make. Yes, you understand. And I think with weddings, that's why people come up with packages, something like silver, gold, bronze, and whatever. So if you get an expensive client, every expensive client will go in for like the best package. You understand? So I think you make your money from where they'll fit. They'll fit in. So you don't need to change rate card based on client. You don't even know who is coming. They'll just call you, and the fact that someone is having the wedding at Kempinski or something doesn't mean your prices should go way up. You understand? That's why you have to really consider a lot of things before coming up with a rate card.
Okay, so now don't jump the horse. Now the next question, to both of you. But then since Seboni is here already, Seboni can answer that. What are the things to take into consideration when preparing a rate card?
I think Ken made mention of some few factors. I think one, location is key. Where you find yourself, depending on what you are going to do. I don't know if you are going to sleep or it's just a one day thing. Transportation, experience. You see, many times people think experience has to do with the number of years. Yes, it can be, but I think once you see progress and growth in what you are doing, the value has to change. It doesn't come with I've been in the game for 10 years or 15 years. Someone can come in within 3 months, Charlie. People are doing amazing jobs, you understand? So those things come into play: experience, location, the tax at hand. You can't charge, like Kingsley said, you are having a baby section. Maybe you charge like 300 cedi for a baby section, like for an hour. You can't charge for twins or triplets like the same amount. You understand? So the tax at hand also play a role in putting up your rate card. Your kind of saying post production, Like everything, well, you have to consider a whole lot to Ghananie.
Okay,
Your
so we have
camera.
Catalyst on board now. So
Oh,
let's Seboni, we are listening to you. Just to
but
let Catalyst know that he
yeah,
is
so
on
like
board.
a whole lot. Your lenses, your camera, like the gadgets you are going to use to charge,
Okay,
all
so
should
Seboni,
should be a
hold on,
factor.
hold on. That is going to be under pricing, which we'll be discussing tomorrow. So hold. Why are you jumping the horse, man? Why?
Oh, okay, sorry, sorry.
But
Okay, so
pricing
Kingsley,
is on the rate card.
yeah,
The
Kingsley,
price is on the rate card.
but tomorrow we'll
Hey,
delve
because
into what makes a price, how you price and all that. So, Kingsley, do you have anything to add to that? What things to consider? Not don't touch
Um,
on pricing. Just things
oh
to
no, I'll not
consider
touch
when
pricing. I'll
preparing
not
a
touch
rate card.
pricing. So basically, it all boils down to your clientele base, who you try to target. You know, in this world, we are segmented or segregated, let's say. We have the low income people, the middle income, and the high class. So who you want to, should I say, attract should influence your pricing. You get it. It should
Yeah.
influence your pricing and also the time involved in every. There are so many factors. Time involved, your clientele base, your location. You know, we have some fixed cost, or should I say fixed cost? Yeah, fixed cost there that you have to pay. You have bills to pay. Yeah, you always talk about bills. Yeah, you have bills to pay. You have to
Yeah,
factor
bills.
all those things. You need to factor all those things in there before you come out with your rate card. So it involves a lot, and
Okay.
it differs from every should I say general photography. It differs.
Okay. 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 All right. So, Catalyst, welcome. But then, hold on 1 second. There. Let me put Kofi on. So he'll ask all his questions. Then we'll take him up. Then we'll concentrate on answering them. Okay. So, Kofi, get ready. Yeah. Welcome, Kofi. Yesterday you gave us a hell of a time, man. Plenty questions, man. I beg, bombard us with your questions. We'll note them down, and then so you have 2 minutes maximum to drop all your questions.
Okay, so I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you, but you seem far away.
Oh, is he okay?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, so my thing is when you have a rate card on, and let's say you have just this one rate card, and then a client.
Kofi, you seem a bit far away from your microphone.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, so you have this rate card on, you have this rate card that you use, and then this is basically the rate card you give to everybody else. But then this client hits you up. This is a client, someone recommended you, and then you know the person is like loaded. Do you change your rate card based on the fact that the client is loaded, or you just like stick to your
Okay, so that's question one.
yeah?
Question two.
So you want me to ask everything? Okay. So
Yes, ask all your questions so we can have only the 4 people on here.
oh well, actually the other questions will fall under the pricing, so I would want to like save that for tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So once you're in the chat, any question you have, just drop it in the chat and
Sure.
then we will tackle them. Okay, all right. So thank you for joining. Okay, so welcome back. Catalyst. We asked a couple of questions. So as usual, one of the stubborn boys at the back of the class, always coming late and all that. Yeah, welcome. So yes, we have Kingsley here and then Sir Bonnie. Unfortunately, Sela says Teledata is messing up his internet, so he couldn't join. Joey Dutch says he's on the way. Lion, I think, is in town, so he will join us as soon as he can. Now we have discussed a couple of stuff concerning rate cards. See, so let's ask you as Catalyst, do you what's your take on rate card? Do you think every professional photographer should have a rate card?
Well, I'll take it in 2 ways, and if I'm wrong, you just correct me, because we are all trying to learn and develop our skills in that. But first, is it clear enough? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can see you. It's just left that we can't smell you.
Oh, I smell good. Don't worry. So the first thing I'll say is that I heard King talking about knowing your niche, but then I'll talk about having two sets of rate cards. There are the standard rate cards, and then there are the ones that are going to be more of a niche specific. But then,
Okay.
for instance, if you have a studio, like you have a studio, you rent it out, you give it to people, you have a standard price that you rent out the studio. But then, if Coca-Cola should come and say that, Ghananie, we need your studio for a shoot, I know the pricing might change a little bit. But then the first question you asked, should every photographer have a rate card? The answer is yes, because a rate card is a marketing tool. Most of the time, clients come to you directly. There are two types of clients. We have the US type and the UK type of client.
What's
And
the
I'll
difference?
explain.
And I know
I'll
the
explain. It's not a pun. I will explain. What happens is that the US kind of client comes to you as an individual. So instead of coming as Coca-Cola, I'll come as Ishmael and say, Ghananie, I'm planning on doing this project. What is your rate? Because they know that when they come as Coca-Cola, you are going to quote an exaggerating price for them. And then we have the UK kind of client who come as, my company's name is this, we are into that. They write the whole essay for you, push it to you one time, and then say that we'll be waiting for your response. I know most of you have gotten those two kinds of people. Someone who will come and say, hello, how is your day going? I have a project and then I want your service. Then you go like, what kind of project? Can you give me details? Then they'll give you some little details and say, okay, so how do we go about it? And most of the time, during my time in Ghana, before I went to Kenya, the issue I had was that most of the Ghanaian photographers don't know how to handle the US kind of client. They go like, we cry actually by now he doesn't even have money, disturbing my time, asking me how is your day and blah blah blah. But then once you have your rate card on standby, which the Nigerians do very, very well. Sorry if my eyes look like they are looking upwards. The camera is down here.
No, don't worry. We are good. We are good.
The Nigerians do it very well. They have a communication with you. Okay, this is a project I have in mind. So what do you think about it? The first thing they will send you is the rate card. This is my standard rate. Based on the number of hours, this is how much I charge. Now, how much you charge per hour should be standard. If it's for personal use, this is it. If it's for commercial use, this is the rate. You don't have to say that if it's for this way, this is the rate. If it's for Pepsi, this is the rate. No. When you do that, it's called corporate espionage. You're a thief.
thank you.
Ole.
Your rate card should have your basic rates. It shouldn't have something like your license rates on it. Licensing is different from what should be on your rate card. So, for instance, if I have a studio photo shoot rate card, it will have 2 hours studio shoot. Maybe that's 800 CDs. Number of outfits, 2. Deliverables, maybe 5 retouched images, which will be used for only personal use, like social media. It cannot be used for commercial use. It ends there. But then, if someone comes to you that they want to use it for commercial purpose, that's when you go into licensing. Then you say that if you are going to use it on social media, this is the license you can use it. If you are going to use it on a billboard, this is the license. So you can have someone saying that, My creative rate is 500 cedis per hour. However, if you are going to use it on a billboard, the licensing is 20,000 cedis per year. Or the licensing is that if you are going to use it in a magazine, then half magazine is 10,000 cedis. Quarter magazine is 5,000. Full magazine is this amount. So you said we shouldn't go into pricing. So I don't want to go into pricing because that's going to
Yes,
be
tomorrow we'll talk
tomorrow.
about pricing.
But then you should know these things. Don't put your licensing rate on it. Ah, hold on. Oh boy. This my child is
Hey.
singing.
Okay, Catalyst, we'll give you some few minutes to deal with you. Okay, that was Charlie. Those of us who are yet to get there, Kingsley can relate to this because he's always with babies and all that. Okay, so now one question before Catalyst comes back. There is this thing. Do you readily share your rate cards with every client who comes to you for rate cards? Do you just give out your rate card to them? Like as they just text you, "Hi, can I have your rate card?" Then bam, you just send it to them. Do you do that, or is there any procedure in sending your rate card?
Okay, so should I go first?
So,
Or maybe
Kata, you have
Kingsley
5
wants to go
minutes.
first?
Yes, we have 5 minutes on this. So, Seun, please keep the time. Each of you has 5 minutes to answer this.
5 minutes is too small for me. Oh.
Don't worry, you streamline it. Just this question.
Professor Akasa.
Just this question, not just this question. So 5 minutes for this. Seun, please keep the time.
Okay, so this is what I'll say about the rate card. I hope everyone will understand me because I want to go as fast as possible. 5 minutes is too small for me. Now,
just manage it for us.
When it comes to throwing about your rate cards, I would say my approach is I don't give it out that easily. I try as much as possible to be sure that at least I have a 60% or 70% chance of getting that particular project to do. So I will ask a little bit more of details. However, you have to be careful because you've not sent your rate card. So asking about the project, some people might be skeptical. So I go with the norm and say that initially I would say, well, the range of my price, the range is between 500 cedis to 1,005, depending on the type of project. That's how I do it. Just to push the person to tell me about their project. So that I can know where to fix them in. Because when you come to me that you have this project in mind and you want to come for my service, and you ask me how much will it cost, I'll tell you that depending on the project, it can be between 500 or 2,000. So in order for me to be more specific on how much it will cost, I would like to know more about your project. So then the person will be encouraged to tell you, oh, it's nothing much. It's just a headshot. It's just a full shot. It's just 3 pictures that I need for a billboard, for magazine, for this. Then you know what kind of rate card you are sending to that person. But there are people who also say that I have this project, this, that. Send me your rate card. Those people are also there. So with those people, I'll send them the standard one.
How do you deal with them?
I'll send them the standard one, the base one, and tell them that this is how much my creative rate is. Each hour for creative fee, maybe it's 500 cedis. Retouching per image is maybe 100 cedis.
I beg, you're going to pricing.
No, I'm not going to pricing. Here's the thing. Rate card, you are giving them the basic. This is your base. However, depending on the project, then the licensing can come in. That's the pricing. The pricing is the full scope of the project. Your rate card is just your basic prices. What is your hourly rate? What is your photos? The cost of a photo session. Those are your rate cards.
Kata, you have 2 minutes more.
Yeah. So that's
No,
how
he
I
has 1 minute.
Hey,
so that's how I
sorry.
thought about it. I'm
He
going
has
to
1 minute more.
Seun says you have 1 minute. Okay.
you guys get 10 seconds of my time, but I'm going to save it and say those are the two kind of people and then the way I treat them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Seun, are you adding something or you want to be part of the panel?
No, I'm adding something to what he said. That's why I said I want to join.
Okay, you have 60 seconds.
Okay. You want to just as I said, but I believe you should have a basic rate, even if you are from Dangote, even if you are from any oil company. Like what I do in the UK, you call me, you want to do a job, I might tell you, okay, I charge events £100 per hour. If you want me there for 5 hours, so you know that then it will be a package. But you have a basic pay, a basic rate rather. If it's going to be £100, make it £100. Then if they want to add this and that, then you start building from £100. You go below £100, you're shorting yourself. That's why I'm adding to what Catalyst has said. You have, I don't know how much £100
Okay.
will be in Ghana currency, but have a
I think
basic.
about 700 cities.
Okay, let's say you have 700 or 500 cities for that's your basic rate. Then if they want edited and every other package they want to use, then you have a basic rate on other packages. You add to that 100 or 500, and it increases. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Nice use of the time. So Kingsley, I think
Yeah.
Seboni has kicked himself out. We are waiting for him to reconnect. So now it's your turn. The question was, do you just readily give out your rate card? A client just texts you, "Hi, my name is so and so. I saw your contact on Instagram. I want to have or they don't even tell you I want to do the. They just, hi, can I have your rate card? Do you just send it to them, or you engage them before doing that? What should we do about something like that?
Okay. So then we used to engage people when they like come in for our rate cards and stuff, but currently we don't because of numbers.
Because okay, then when you were hustling, but now there's
Yeah,
numbers, so
it's
take it or leave it.
you get the whole
The
thing.
levels
Yeah.
have changed, eh?
Oh, we thank God. We thank God for that. We thank God for that. But so
Okay.
we kind of like have a base rate for every baby we are going to photograph, right? But we have add-ons, and every add-on has a price. If you are a, let's say, commercial, let's say a corporate entity that's coming to do a photo shoot, or let's say for a billboard or something, I believe we'll have that conversation before we get there. You get it here. But currently, all the people we have in there are like families. That's the whole idea of the business. It's for families.
Okay.
We are looking for families to create memories for. So if you're a corporate entity, definitely you have to give us information, or they have to trust you.
Yeah, you have to squeeze the.
Yeah,
Okay, so
you know.
we have a question from Akosia here. She says question 1A. That means Akosia has more questions. She has numbered it Q1. People are really into soft copies. Is charging by the hour okay? Or you need a fixed amount for soft copies only? Because some ladies use 30 minutes to make up. Okay, so I think this has to do with pricing, Akosia, which we'll be discussing tomorrow. So I don't know if you can keep. I'll also take note of this, but then if we can keep this for tomorrow. So if you have any question relating to your rate card, what you should have on your rate card, how you should go about getting your rate card done, then we can answer that. For this particular one, we'll answer it tomorrow so that we don't disrupt what we are doing now. Okay, Akosia. So if you have any question relating to the rate card, please go ahead and ask that. So we'll take this question into consideration tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. to 10 latest, we are done. So yes, Seboni, your thing is still rotating. I don't know if you're here with us. Seboni, we can hear you. Okay, I think he's still trying to connect. So yes, King, you were making a point before I interrupted you, right?
Was I anyway? So yeah, so back then, even though we have time for every client that comes in, when you contact us, the first thing we do is to give you our rate. And I think that's where we have our conversation from. So based on what you see from our rate card, you start having a conversation with us. So maybe you want to go in for the gold package, you want to go in for the silver package. When you select your package, then we have a conversation from there. Okay, so what do I need to do before I come to the studio? This, blah, blah, I want this, and all that. So I think the rate card here, when you ask me, I just give it to you straight away.
Okay, so I think Catalyst has already answered that, or yeah, you've already answered that, right? About whether when they ask you, you just give it to them, or you answered that already. So we'll go to the next question. Now you have other fellow photographers trying to do price mining. They just go around, they create a studio account and then use it to go around posing as prospective clients, asking other photographers, especially let's say now I want to start baby photography and I know you, King, you do it. And like for reasons best known to myself, I don't want to come straight to you and ask you. So I'll create a different account, pose as a client, and then come and ask you for your rate card. What's your take on, all that kind of, if you get to know that, okay, this photographer, it has happened to me before, about 3 photographers, just texted me. And unfortunately, it happened that they were using those same numbers in other groups. And later, I posted a video and they needed, some clarification on the video. They came to text and I realized that these same people asked me for my price list later as if they were grooms getting married, So if you find yourself in a situation like that, first of all, do you condemn such a behavior? And then if you find yourself in such a situation, what would you do? What advice do you have for us over here? So we'll take Catalyst first. So how many minutes should we give Catalyst?
Oh boy. I don't go over the time. I don't go over the time.
Okay, maximum 5 minutes. Maximum.
I'm going to stay within time. Don't worry. Okay. Here's what I will say. You created your rate card, all right, based on your expenses, your profit margin, and everything. Your rate card is for public consumption. For me, I don't feel if a competition needs my rate card and they are going to lowball themselves, that's fine. But then remember that your rate card is what your niche has accepted. So if let's say I'm going into baby photography.
Why are you guys talking about baby photography like that?
Don't worry, I'm not going to mention your name. You are still in the top 3, so I would
say. I beg you.
Now, if I go to the number 1 in terms of pricing in Ghana, and then I pick her rate and I realize it's around 4,000, 5,000. So I go like, all right, then let me charge 3,000. I might go months without getting any job. Maybe it's because where I stay in a place where the income level is not that high. So I need to know my market. For instance, the amount I charge for decor shoots when I used to be in Ghana, people used to charge the same thing or less. I didn't care. But on a weekend, I could shoot like 5, 6 decor if I want. So people ask me and then I still tell them, this is how much I charge. This is my rate. Your rates should not be hidden. There was this group of photographers, Team 1000 Words. When you go on their website, their rate card is there.
Yeah.
Most of the websites here in the US, when you go on their website, their rates are there. It's not a competition. If they want to lowball, that's fine. But they are not going to get as much profit margin to match what they expect, like you are. And remember, their skills are different, their niches are different. So don't hide it. The same thing you had done with people using numbers to come for those things. I have a lot of them. And trust you, I say them I say them as potential clients too, potential. And when I go into these photography groups, they are there.
You see?
I see potential clients two, potential clients four. But it's not a problem. You understand?
Yeah.
If they are going to use my rate card, that's fine. It's good for me because they are coming up. I am already in the system.
Okay.
So if you are going to charge 500, but then your portfolio doesn't show that you are worth 500, then that's your problem. If you are not ready to build your expense up or build your revenue up, your income up, then that's your problem. So that's what I'll say. Put it out in the public. Whoever asks
Oh,
for it, give it to them.
okay. All right. So Kingsley, do you have anything to say about that, or do we go to Akosia's second question?
So I think Catalyst has said everything. I
All
don't
right.
have
So
a problem with
Akosia,
the research. Yeah.
Oh,
Akosia
please,
came with the second
next
question.
time, let Kingsley start.
Yeah, the
All
next
this,
one he will answer
yeah.
first.
I'll answer first.
Okay, so the Akosia's second question is it wrong to ask a client how much their budget is for their project after they tell you your rate is too high? So I watched a video. I'm always on YouTube. I sleep on YouTube. I do everything on YouTube, and I some of these things I follow up with the videos of what other photographers are doing outside there, aside Africa. So I came by a video where one of these great market. I've forgotten his name, but he was like, when a client asks for your rate card, he prefers to ask them, "What's your budget?" First thing he asks is, "What's your budget?" So they don't waste each other's time. You get it? So now it's that same kind of question that Akosia is asking. When the client says, "Oh, Charlie, hey, you're expensive, oh," is it okay for you to ask them, "Okay, what's your budget?" As a follow-up question. King, have you been in such a situation before? What advice do you
Oh,
have for us?
oh yeah, so many times, so many times, so many times. But the thing is, I normally don't ask them for their budget because I have my rate card. That is my expenses in there with my margin of profit. You get it. So if I ask you for your budget and maybe you come below my rate price or my pricing in the rate card, I don't think I can help you. And as Catalyst said, you have your niche, you have your clientele base. Those people who value you and value your work know how much they should pay for your work. You get it. So always when you come in there, I don't ask you what's your budget and all those stuff. No, my rate card says everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Catalyst, your turn.
Yeah.
Man, 5
Well,
minutes. I'll make us have a break.
Oh, geez.
Yes, Catalyst. Yeah, he's always on that 5 minutes.
If I was saying junk, then that's fine. But
No,
I
but the
don't
thing
say
is, you
junk.
Oh
talk so much
yeah.
sense that you end up being overfed.
Okay, so this is what I say. You guys always tell me 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and then my kids are killing themselves in the next room.
Oh,
You
don't worry. God will take care of them.
Now, this is what I would say about it. The amount
Okay.
you have on your rate card is the value on your service. Now, remember, value is the consideration you are expecting. So, if the value is say 1,000 cedis or 3,000 cedis, and then you have a company that is starting up, you give them a rate of say 3,000, and then they go like, it's a bit too high for us. We won't be able to. What can you do about it? Remember, you are still trying to keep your value at that particular amount. So you can either look at trade-offs. You can look at trade-offs. For instance, they can't afford 3,000. But then looking at the company, they are into product shoots, which means they'll constantly be needing the services of a photographer. So I will go like, fine, the project is worth 1,000. You can't afford 1,000. So I will bring it down to 700. However, you have to sign a full year, 12-month contract with me. So that becomes a trade-off. If they sign that, you know already that this is the amount of money you have in a year. That's 8,400. A retainer right there. Or you can go like you're working with them, they are an agency. So what they can do is you charge them 700 instead of 1,000, but they have to send an email to a set of 10 clients introducing you to them. If they'll do that, that's fine. But I'm not really a big fan of discounts, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of discounts. Asking them for how much is their budget is trying to tell them how much discount you want to give to them. It's a trade-off. That's your value. Once you reduce your value, you're reducing the product that you are giving to them. So you can let them know if your rate card is saying that 10 pictures, then you tell them that okay, fine. Can I know how many pictures you need? If maybe they need 5 pictures, then you say that fine. Then you can reduce it by 30%. Or you are going to reduce the number of pictures, which means you are reducing the number of images you retouch. But then you are not reducing things like your creative fee. Don't reduce your creative fee. Don't reduce props fee. All those things. You can reduce the number of pictures so that you reduce the number of retouched images. Reduce certain elements in your rate card. Don't reduce the full amount. So for me, that's my take on that. I rarely ask for their budget unless it's a startup or something and I feel like let me just help them. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you've used your time. Seboni, you are back. Welcome. You've been able to fix your network. Can you hear us?
Catalyst, you like talking to your clients. Fine.
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So Seboni is back after a long break. Seboni, in your absence, we've discussed a couple of. Do you have a list of what we discussed, or should I read them out to you so you answer your
Oh,
part?
please go over.
Okay, so Akosia asked a second question. And Akosia, if you have more questions, please keep them coming. Any other person here, if you have questions, please, you are not spectators. So we are here for you. So any question you have, bring them out, okay? Now, Akosia's second question is it wrong to ask a client how much their budget is for a project? If, after they ask for your rates, they go like, hey, Charlie, your prices are high. Sarah Bonnie, are you here?
I think
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Bonnie,
here. Okay, so
okay, all right.
I don't think it's wrong. I think Catalyst has. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Bonnie, is your network eating?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're on. You've been on since. Yes.
Okay, so as I was saying, I don't think it is wrong. Anyway, Catalyst has made a good point. If I only ask for budget of clients when they want to go back and forth with pricing, like it's too high and we don't need this number of pictures and all that. So normally, if I ask of if I ask for your budget, some of the things we can reduce, as Catalyst said, is like the number of pictures, so that it wouldn't affect the constant price, like your creative fee. The budget you're going to work with is going to only reduce your working time. You understand? Because the lesser the images, the lesser time you're going to spend on post production and all. But yeah, if you think it's not worth it, Charlie, let the client go.
Okay, so
I have a question for Catalyst.
Okay.
Yeah. So Catalyst here, does it mean you have a customized rate card for every client that comes in?
I have a customized rate card for every commercial client that comes in.
Oh, okay, commercial. All right. Okay. I was thinking about let's say, in civilian and normal people.
No. I mean,
Oh,
if you are coming in for a personal photo shoot session, my minimum rate is there. To
okay,
take,
okay.
if you can't, I can help you find another photographer.
Thank you. Okay, so with the personal ones, there's no trade-offs.
No.
All
Unless
right.
unless you the person coming to shoot the personal, I feel you can give me something that can still match up to my value.
Value.
So
All
let's
right.
say the person coming to shoot is an owner of an agency. I can strike the same deal with them, knowing that it will still benefit me. Because at the end of the day, I'm running a business.
Yeah. All right. Thank
Okay,
you.
so we got now, Seboni. There is a question. You escaped. We were talking about this. Do you share your rate card to just anybody who asks you, or do you ask certain questions before you give out your rate card?
But you have to ask Seboni if he has a rate card first.
Oh, he said he has, and he said every professional photographer should have it. So he has already committed. Seboni, are you here with us? Oh, his network is misbehaving again. Okay, so we have a question from Gideon. Gideon says, talking about rate cards, can we have a brief profile on how to go about creating a rate card which does not demand a proposal budget? Hey, China, you guys are going to this proposal budget. What is
With
that
the
one?
corporate staff or corporate staff. I should run away.
Yeah, so Nate, I'm sure you're talking about corporate stuff. Because okay, so let's take it like because this proposal budget, I mean, who be that? Wallahi, I'm sure it's about corporate photographs. But Catalyst,
I,
I'm sure you understand what he's talking about. So tell us.
uh, I I don't understand, but I'll try and see if I understand. He should give a heads up if that's what
Okay,
he's
so
trying to ask.
Nate, we will
So
try answering this one, but just so we are on the same level, if you can reframe it to something we can understand. All right, Catalyst, you can go ahead.
okay, so what I understand is most of the corporate guys normally ask for a proposal. Send us a proposal. You understand? So he's trying to ask if rate cards, can we have a brief profile on how to go about creating a rate card, which will not let the person demand a proposal?
Rate card. Charlie, I'm confused.
So is it saying a rate card for corporate work or rate card for commercial work? I think he has to be clear on it. We'll
Okay,
wait
so
for him to clarify. Yeah.
Nate. Okay, so Catalyst, I think you said something. He said exactly.
Okay. So here's the thing. The brief thing I'll say about that is if they're asking for a proposal, you send them a proposal. If they're asking for a rate card, send them a rate card. But if they are not asking for any of them and you want to send them something, send them a rate card. And then let them know that based on the project, this is just an estimate of your base rate. Based on the project, this could either go up or go down.
Okay, so Nate, I hope we've answered. If we haven't answered it well, just let us know. Just make your question, clear for us to be able to answer it with no doubt. We are still trying to reconnect Bonnie. Sir Bonnie, are you here with us? Oh, okay, so Seboni says he's checking something up. All right, so Seboni, when you're ready, just let us know, and we will interact with you. Okay, so your message keeps coming. All right, so I think Catalyst is taking care of the kids in the other room, so they don't kill themselves. That's good. And I see another person here. Is it you brother studio? Okay, let me just add him so we find out if is it your brother studio or I can't?
Yeah, your brother studio.
Okay, all right. So do you want to add something to what they are saying or ask a question, or you want to be part of the panel?
I want to contribute.
You want to contribute? Okay, you have 60 seconds.
No problem. With regard to Gideon's question, it's basically like some of the clients would come to the photographer and ask if they have a program, they see you to be the pro, so they would come so that you give them the estimate, and that's with them. That would actually help them to plan exactly what they want. So that's what I think Gideon was actually asking. So when something like that comes up, um, you as a pro, you should be able to help in that direction. And regarding the first question, I think about varying the rate card, it actually depends on where you are located. I think when Seboni was talking about that or something, that you have to create a niche for yourself, and that one would also determine the price rate or the amount you're going to charge. So basically, that is that.
Okay, okay, all right. So he touched on the corporate thing. I think your brother studio. Give us a brief introduction about yourself. That one to 30
Okay.
seconds.
Thank you. I'm also a colleague photographer. Uh, Generally, I take pictures, video. Like I haven't actually settled on any, so I am a generalist. So
Oh, okay.
any, yes.
Oh, okay, okay, all right, all right. Thank you very much for contributing. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the chat. And as you did, if you have anything you want to add up, just let me know, and then I'll add it. So thank you for joining us.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think there is something from Evans. Rate cards are normally used for no business. Most commercial business staff require a proposal, and they usually provide detailed requirements. Okay, so I think throwing more light on the corporate side, because I think corporate entities don't ask you for rate cards. I think mostly they tell you, oh, this is what you want to do. Send a proposal. Then, Catalyst, is that not how it works?
Well, I think it depends, to be honest.
Okay.
What he's saying is if it's commercial work, then they are looking at a whole project on its own. For instance, they are looking at launching a product or something like that. Then that one they would ask for a proposal. But let's say they are looking for you to take a headshot of their newly promoted managers and all of that, they might ask for a rate card. I have seen that being asked in my former workplace when I used to be employed.
Oh, okay.
Now
When
I'm
you used to
unemployed.
or better still, you are self-employed. You are the
I'm
boss now.
unemployed. I'm unemployed. Leave
See
me
this
alone.
man.
Where is Seun? Where is Seun? And Akosia, are you still there? Where are your and Kofi? Today you don't have many questions. Either you don't have many questions, or because today is streamlined, we are asking the questions and answering them. I think we are covering every question that you need answered. So far, like honestly, my personal questions that I had to ask here, I have exhausted them. I don't know if the people here have more questions to ask, and I would encourage all of you here to be, active. Ask the questions. We are here because of you. So
Yeah.
my
Ask
questions
the
are
question.
more of the price. Okay, so Kofi says his questions are more of the pricing. So tomorrow, that means Charlie, he's going to bombard us left, right, center from all angles. So Kofi, okay, we've taken notes. So tomorrow we'll be expecting your pricing questions. So Catalyst, is there anything you want to add up to this rate card thing that we haven't spoken about yet? 5
There are a lot of
minutes.
things I would like to add.
Okay, 10 minutes.
Come on, we have 35 minutes.
No, okay, you 10 minutes, take 10 minutes. But in the meantime, if anybody has any question, please type it in the chat. I will project it and then we answer it. Catalyst, carry on.
So recently I've been doing a research because I have nothing doing. I have no work doing. So I've been doing a research on commercial work, and I found out one thing. Most of the companies we used to hear about, We say that Charlie, if you get a gig from Nike or if you get a gig from Pepsi, you you get a lot of money and all of those things, or you charge a lot. I know that's pricing, but in terms of rates, here's the thing: most of these companies have a fixed rate or semi-variable rate. I don't know if I should explain those two terms, but
Mhm.
a
I
fixed rate
know.
or a semi-variable rate
Next time, yeah, finance.
for the photographers that they work with.
Mm,
So, for instance, I know ESPN has a rate of about $600 an hour for a photographer.
mm,
Now, it's likely that they'll ask you for your proposal, but the proposal they're asking for is because they normally would want to know the other things you would need for the work. Sometimes we pitch our proposals to these companies without doing our research. It's
mm,
unfortunate because some of these companies, when you go on their site, you do the research, you realize that they have specific gear that they want to use for their products. And the main reason for these things is that they have a dedicated retoucher for their products. So you just come in, you have the creative idea. They even give you a creative director and all those things. Yours is to just come in, know how the light works, position the light well, give them their pictures, and go away. They'll
Sweet
deal
money.
with the retouching, they'll deal with everything. So their retouchers have recommended gear that they want. Maybe they want images from phase one, or they want images from Hasselblad. They want images from
Canon.
Profoto lights, because
Canon.
who is
with
mentioning
those
that?
lights, maybe they know the temperature they are working with. You
Mhm.
understand? All of these things. So we have to do a research. So when someone is charging 100,000 for a job, don't go and see that 100,000 and say, Charlie, I'm going to lowball this person and go and charge 50,000. Your proposal might end up in the dumpsters. So and also the same thing happens to rates when you go into a specific industry. We've seen it countless times where you ask yourself, why is it that those people charging 12K, 7K for weddings, they are still getting the clients? You reduce your rate every year or every quarter. You are giving discount packages. You've given discount to the point where sometimes you are even giving free wedding shoots.
That is true.
You see, this
Everywhere
month
pan.
I'm shooting free, and still nobody even applies. That's because your rate is showing a value which the client doesn't see as a value in respect of the quality of work you are giving. For me, I'm not going to lie. If you tell me you're going to charge me 100 CDs for a photo shoot, forget it. I'm not showing up. I will still go and pay 500, or I'll still go and pay 700, because I feel the person that I'm giving 700 to, there's more accountability that I expect from that person, from the person I'm giving 100 CDs to. When I give you 100 and you come with iPhone 5, I can't say anything. But when I'm giving you 2,000 CDs to come and shoot, take a headshot of me, I know you won't bring iPhone 5, because I know you want to be accountable for the amount or the value that you've asked for. So please, all this thing of low balling, trying to go copy somebody's rate. I have picked people's rates before, but guess what? It wasn't about the figures. It was about what's in the package. Because maybe I'm new to that industry.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm coming from the studio side. Studio, we charge per hour based on the number of clothes, based on the number of pictures at outcome. I want to go into wedding. I can't go and say that wedding based on the number of clothes. These guys are wearing maximum two clothes. One at the church, one at the reception. That's it. If I go do that, I might lowball myself. So I'll go on someone's page, or I'll ask. Just ask. That's the problem. I feel there's a much more respect to ask him. I can ask Ghananie that, Ghananie, I'm trying to build my rate card. Can you please send me yours so that I see the elements on it so I can use it to draft mine? It even shows a sign of respect to him.
That's
But
true.
then if I go and then go tell maybe my girlfriend or my friend that send this photographer a message that you want his rate card, and it all looks funny because maybe the things that he has on it is because he has a sister who is providing photo books. So he writes, I'll give you free photo book. Then I also go put it there. Then they are now chasing me for photo book and I'm running all over the place.
That's true.
So for me, it's as simple as just focus on your ability. If
Okay.
this is what you can do, put it there. Don't put something you can't do there because your rate card, when you give it to someone and the person accepts and pays you, that's a contract. When they take you to court, but you're in jail. So that's all I have to say. You see, I didn't even spend 10 minutes.
Oh,
My
you did.
God.
I
I
can't
spent 8 minutes. See, I spent exactly 7 minutes.
Hey, so
7
you are
minutes.
timing yourself. Wow. So,
Exactly.
King,
Yeah.
what do you have to tell us concerning this whole rate card thing? Advise us.
Okay, so what I've been seeing a lot of photographers do, should I say wrong, or maybe are not doing well, is their experience with the clients. Everybody's saying, this is my rate card. I give it out. I push it out. Whether I like it or not, I don't care. But one thing we should look at is the experience with the client. The clients will have their pictures, but also they should remember the experience they have with you. The moment they have with you should be memorable. If your pictures are dope, you can retouch, and the client is not liking your personality, I don't think he or she will recommend you, even though your pictures are j. You get it. There are days whereby babies have come into the studios. Sessions are supposed to last for 30 minutes, but we can go into 2 hours because the baby is not Charlie willing to settle down or even sleep for us to take the pictures. We still have to get the pictures for them. And one thing is the parents get there and they see this and they are happy. Like they even, oh child, God bless you. They even get tired, but we rather encourage them to, they shouldn't worry. They should just relax and we'll get their pictures for them. At the end of the day, you see them recommending so many people to us and all that. So I believe the experience you have with your client also matters. It's not all about the pricing, rate card and stuff. Think about your customer or client first. And trust me, you have things coming your way.
Okay, thank you very much. So I have a question here, but it was sent under a private chat. So let me, Kingsley, Choppinson says what your voice already sounds like a rate card. Money.
Hey.
Okay, so this is a question somebody asks. Seboni is still having problems. He says what? If a client accepts to go by one's rate, can he or she request the photographer to use a specific gear other than the ones the photographer has? So let me throw more light on it. Let's say, who should I even use? Okay, Catalyst. You said your in your previous life, your decor. Okay, so you're going to shoot for Jandel, and
But
Jandel
before that,
says,
Charlie, Catalyst, your deco shots there, Charlie, on point too. On point.
okay,
You need to train somebody. Yes.
Oh,
you're done. Okay, stop interrupting my question. Okay, now your Jandel says, okay, Catalyst, you're on your price list. You said what? Let's say 30 minutes. Hold on, somebody was trying to call. 30 minutes, 500. 1 hour, 600. Now they say, okay, 600. Come and do it. But when you come, we want you to use a 1.4, an 85 1.4 art lens, because let's say we have a photographer who works for us, and he says what, that's the one that will give you the kind of bokeh that they want. That's the kind of question that's being asked here. Can the client decide what specific gear you should use after they accept? Maybe they go for your highest package. Can they dictate to you what gear to use? So Catalyst, answer first, then we'll go to King.
okay. This is what I'll say. The client can even tell me what dress to wear. The client can even tell me what language to speak. You understand? At the end of the day, what I have given them is a rate card together with what services I am going to render. Anything they want me to do outside that, fine, they should pay for it. If you want me to use 85 1.4, I can give you the amount for rental. You pay for it, I'll use it for you. Even if you want me to fly 3 drones, I'll do that for you. But you have to pay for it. So if they can pay for it, of course, that's no problem. But then if I state on my rate card that they have their choice as to which gear I should use, then they wouldn't pay for it. I would have to fulfill my obligation on my rate card. So that's it for me.
Okay, so Catalyst have said it. Kingsley, what's
You
your
brought the
take?
professor in the house. Oh
Your
my
professor is
God.
in. Nanaresh is in. So guys, Nanaresh will join us very soon. Kingsley, please answer the same question.
Please, the question again. I was
Yes, if your client accepts your rate card, let's say they accept a specific package, can they dictate to you what gear to bring on board?
Why would they do that?
Some people do it. Let's say a client, you want to let's say a wedding package, and they go for maybe your platinum, which is let's say 10K. Then they say, okay, when you're coming, we want you because you're taking this much money, we want to see Ronnie. We want you to use the Ronnie that thing song. We want to see you maybe a drone. We want drones. We want aerial shots. We want to see the bird. My friends own there was a bird fly that the drone went around 360 around the bird and all that. We want the drone to deliver the ring and all that. Because they've taken a specific package, and then now they are requesting for or they say what they want to see art lenses and 70 to 200. They don't want to see any small, because maybe they know a bit about these things, and because they are paying that much, they want to dictate to you what gear to use. What's your take on that?
If I was a photographer, I think I will not do that shoot. I will not do that session.
It depends.
When I think you saw you will definitely have to see my work before you come and book me or come for my rate cards, right? Okay, so with my pictures, what I use is what I deliver there. If you come in and tell me I should use a new gear or something, I don't know how to use it. How do I go about it? Do I go and,
can I disagree on that one?
Yes, sorry. You tell me. Yeah.
Catalyst, hold on. Mute your mic for now. When Kingsley is done, then you can join, and then so for now, let Kingsley only be on. Kingsley, carry on. When you're done,
so
Catalyst.
For example, maybe I use a crop camera or something with maybe should I say maybe a normal lens, let's say 70-200 or let's say 24-70, and you come in, you tell me I should use a full frame camera with let's say 100-400 mm or maybe an art lens. That's a prime lens. I'm not conversant with prime lenses. I'm good with zoom lenses. I will not agree. Maybe what if you take me, I use those gadgets and I don't produce what I plan to produce. Who will take me on? The client or who? So I think with that project, I will not go by it. I won't do it because I'm not okay. Like, for example, I'm using Canon. You tell me to use Nikon. Oh, forget it.
What do you have to bring Nikon into this?
Oh, no.
Okay, so all right. So you brought that. He asked that question. Has it been answered well? Let me know in your. Now, Seun says what they will pay for that service. That's exactly what Catalyst also said.
Catalyst has something, yeah.
Yes, so I'll bring him on. Hold on, I'm coming. There are some comments. Yes, hold on 1 second. Yes, so you can also mute. Kingsley, you too. If once you finish talking, please mute. Okay, so Seun says what they will pay for that service. Then that's exactly what Catalyst said. If you want me to use an art lens, just pay for it, and I will bring it. But me personally, I haven't used an art lens yet. I haven't owned one yet. I use my 85 1.8, and Charlie, I've calibrated it to my body. Oh, thank you, Catalyst. Thank you. I've calibrated it to my body. So that 85 1.8G gives me, Charlie, all the bokeh I need because I've calibrated. I can shoot full body at 1.8 with no blur in, or like every part of the skin will be sharp. You get it? So if you give me an art lens that day, I might not be able to use it. Or if you insist I use an art lens, I won't be able to use. Or I use a Nikon 750, and that day you say what you are giving me Sony A7 R4. Charlie, I will disgrace myself because I don't know how to use it. That's not what I'm conversant with. You get it? So that's me. Charlie, if I know whatever you're giving me, I can use it. Maybe it's just a bit higher than what I use. Fine, I will do it. But if you want me to use an art lens, maybe if you tell me a week prior, fine. If you're paying for me to go rent it, no problem. I'll go rent it one day ahead, use it, practice it, and all that. It's coming from your pocket. Fine, no problem. Now let's see. Let me read a few more of the comments, and then okay. So Choppinson says what? If you don't pay me my rate, you will stick to the gear I have. But if you pay my normal rate, I will use red camera to snap cry. You see, so that's it. It's according to the rate. If you're paying me to use red, I will use red. Nanaresh, we've not ignored you. I'll come back to you shortly.
Oh, no problem.
I'm just trying to read the comments so that they don't feel left out. Ivan says what? Yes, they can. However, they can. However, if it's the photographer's responsibility to ensure that the contract includes the clause where the customer pays for the rental of specific. Exactly. So if you want drone shots and they didn't add drone service to it, you just pay and I will get you a drone. If you want me to fly around the whole Accra, I will do it. And I'm also saying. So Choppinson says what? I will even wear boxers if you choose. Just pay my rate. Choppinson says what? King, I don't agree with you. What did King say that Choppinson doesn't agree? Okay, so Nanaresh, if a client says what? I've taken this particular package, maybe your gold or your platinum package. So I want you to use, the latest art lens. What's your take on that? Aside what all these people have said, do you have anything that you want to add?
No, I wouldn't have any new to say. You have all said what I would do. As Katali said, I would, if they are paying for that service or for those particular gadgets, then I will rent it and use it. As Ken also said, if it's a totally different thing, I wouldn't really, especially if that is the requirement. Before you do this job, you should use. We are going to give you, let's say, a Nikon D750 to shoot, and I don't know how to use that camera at all. Then you would have to give me a long time, like as you also said, to learn it and use it. If I'm not going to have that luxury of learning before you use it, and you are going to hold me accountable for that, then I wouldn't. But I am there, as the question said, if it's a high level client, they would already be quite comfortable with what I produce, as Ken also said. And if you want me to use something else, then I will let you know that, okay, for gear rentals, these are the things. I had one quick thing. Sometime we're going to get bid for a contract or something like that. I start with rate and contract and all those things will do by me. When I went, they asked, what cameras are you going to use? And I was a bit confused. Because the man knew so much about cameras and he wanted to know what we are going to use for the contract before he can trust me. And well, I said at that time, 5D Mark III was the hot thing. But I said, right, we are going to use 5D Mark III, about 3 of them. And he looked at his friend and said, okay, then I think you can work with it. Eventually we got it, okay. So we had to rent 5D Mark III to satisfy the client. But while shooting, other cameras were used, which like 6D, T2I and all that. We added all those things because that's what we are conversant with and that's what we can deliver with. And we ended up with the Mark III. We didn't want to cheat him by not using the Mark III, but eventually all the images were okay and acceptable and all was good. So yeah, that's my addition to it.
Okay, so Sir Choppinson, Catalyst, before I come to you in 1 minute, Sir Choppinson is saying, guys, be realistic. Your charge is 10K and the customer wants art lens and Nikon Z7. These items can be rented and night. Chopinson, it's not mainly about renting those items. I use 750. The Z7 is totally different from the D750. If a client wants me to use it, as I said, I have no problem. But then this is a camera I haven't used before. And you will agree with me that the dials on the Z7 are totally different from the D750. You get it? So I can rent it for one day on maybe the day of the job. But now I need to get used to this camera before that day. Now, I may have to rent it 3 or 4 days before so I can use it and get used to it. So that day I won't be fumbling with it, trying to find Charlie, where is ISO and all that. You get it? Let's say Nikon and Fuji. Fuji has totally different dials. Ask Catalyst the day I got hold of his Sony and even the Fuji. I was asking him, where is I want to do this? Where is it? And all that. Do you want me to go and do that on the job? You see, so what we are saying is using something you are used to. If you want me to use an art lens, I have calibrated my 85 1.8 on my camera body. And I know how, the sweet spot and all that. That art lens you're giving me, I know nothing about it. I don't know where the sweet spot is. I don't know, whether it's been calibrated. I will shoot thinking it's okay. I go check the pictures and they are all blurred. I mean, will you take me seriously? You get it? So it's about, using the gear you are used to. If you are not used, will you pay for me to rent it for all these days and use before I get there? Catalyst, please. Spit what you have to say.
It's quite unfortunate we are saying these things, or you guys are saying these things. It's unfortunate. I look at it and then I'm shocked. Sorry. You guys are talking about consumer photography. You're talking about consumer photography services. You're talking about someone coming to your studio with a baby. You're talking about you going to a wedding to go and shoot. You're talking about someone coming to your studio for a portrait session. Please, photography is either a consumer service or a commercial service. When you go to certain commercial jobs, they will tell you which camera to use.
Yeah.
For instance, in the US, you can't shoot a billboard with a camera less or lower than 100 megapixels.
Mm-hmm.
That is the requirement. So if you tell me that you are using a crop, so you are okay, then you are okay with your niche. However, maybe your niche is giving you your 100K you are looking for or 200K you are looking for. But if you want to venture into certain types of photography because you are looking at certain level of income or revenue, if you are looking at a Nike project, you are looking at Adidas project, you are looking at $200,000, they will tell you the type of camera that they want, the sensor requirements. They'll even tell you the light requirements that they want. You'll not go and use a Godos flash to go and shoot it. They'll tell you you have to use Profoto, you have to use Chrome. They will tell you exactly what you should use. So if you are talking about consumer photography, I'm okay with that. Then you can say that, hey, this is me. I use a crop. I use a Fuji E1 or E2. I use Fuji XT1 and a kit lens.
The
That's
18
what
to
I use.
55.
If you think that you want more than that, then you are not my client. Then you are never going to go into commercial photography because they will tell you exactly what they are looking for. There are some points that in commercial photography, they'll call you, they'll tell you, don't come with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just
they are
pick
giving
your
you
car and show up at the location. You get there, there's a camera there. You pick it up, you set your light, a light that they have given you, you set it up, you take your pictures, you leave the camera there, and you go home.
That's a good giggle.
By
And
that
they are
time
going
you
to
are
pay,
remote.
they are going to pay, they can even give you $20,000, $50,000 for just spending that 1 hour going to click. But then if you don't know how to use those gears, you are messed up because you think that you are sticking to your Fuji XT1 for life. You don't even know how to use XT2. You don't even know how to use, yeah. And I
But how
think
would you get such a thing?
that's the kind of pride that we are still in. But then if you want to go into commercial photography, trust you me, what you are saying, especially Kingsley, we are glad we are not into commercial. We don't have commercial babies.
Thank
So
you.
we are glad.
Yeah, but they are billboard babies. They are billboard
Yes,
babies.
but the day Johnson and Johnson will come to Kingsley and tell Kingsley, we want a picture for a billboard. That's your crop and that your
But
zoom
Kingsley
lens.
doesn't use crop. He's
No,
just
I'm
saying
just
it.
saying.
He doesn't.
Yes,
He's just saying it.
asking Don. I'm also just saying it. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying. Yes. The day you come and you tell them that this is the gear you use, so you are not going to do anything about it. Me, I'll come and take that gig from you, and you will see me chopping that money from that gig.
You
You
know,
see the picture.
this is what Choppinson was saying. You know, because he does more of commercial work, so that's why he was saying he was talking about renting and all those things. So I understand Choppinson from that, and that's exactly what Catalyst has added. Commercial jobs come with requirement, and then for me to for you to even get to that point where they say, oh, bring this, bring that, it means what you've put all that into the arrangement and charged accordingly. You've charged according to the requirements, because if let's say video they are going to shoot and they are saying use there's this one, is it Ari or something?
Yeah,
If
I
they want you
reflect.
yes, so if they want you to use that, and you're going to charge them according to that, you're not going to charge them according to your GH5 or GH4. You get it?
Hey,
So if
hey.
commercial I'm sorry, Seboni, I'm sorry. So if you are going to do commercial, that's why you need all those details before you even give them a price. You get it? But I think the guy who asked this question was asking based on a consumer level. Let's say your wedding.
Yeah.
It's mostly wedding people who do that, because the groom thinks, oh, maybe he knows inside camera, or his friend is a photographer and the friend has told him that, oh, for this price that these people are charging, they should be bringing, a running, they should be bringing drones and all that. Meanwhile, all those things have not been stated in the contract. You get it? Because I know
I'm
most
coming.
wedding people. Okay, Nanaresh is coming. Seboni, you've been quiet for some time.
Yeah.
Okay, Nanaresh, you want to
I'm
say something?
listening to my boss.
Yeah, I'm thinking it wasn't as in the different equipment or gear you are bringing, but like a specific kind of gear. So it's not like, oh, running, bring a drone, bring a device. Like if you are bringing a drone for the service and I'm paying for a drone service, you should bring maybe Mavic 4 or
Okay.
something. A camera, you are looking at something like 5D Mark 4 and the rest. So as the if it's consumer, then you can just say, okay, these are the cameras I use, and these are the pricing that goes with it. It's a mix up of things, and I'm not so good with those things. So I'm
Okay,
just thinking
yes, yeah. I think it makes it okay. So Choppinson has he said something. Let's see what he said. He says Charlie, some customer prefer Canon 60D over Canon 6D. The 60 confused them. Most time they think they know. Believe me, they know nothing. So it's okay to use what you're comfortable with. And yes, it depends. As Katali said, there are two. One is somebody who wants you to shoot their pre-birthday for them, and their boyfriend or one other guy who was trying to get a contract but didn't get it tells them that, oh, these people shoot with just 60D. So if you want them to shoot for it, tell them to use Mark 4 or that kind of thing. You get it. These are just basic people. Seboni, do you want to join us, or you are still in the back?
Oh, I'm here. I think my bosses they've said it all. I mean, I don't have a problem whether it's a consumer level telling me what to bring on board. The whole thing is it comes with a price. If you are willing to pay, we are good to go.
So I think that's what most of us have said here. If you want me to use a specific thing for your job and you're ready to pay for it, Charlie, a day for you. You get it.
Sharp
But
craft.
if it's something I'm not comfortable with, I'm sure if Nike wants me to shoot for them, before I even go there, they will tell me these are the equipments you're going to use. You get it? I won't just get there and they will surprise me with a phase one. I'll disgrace myself because I haven't used a phase one yet. I'll get there and
before you even get there,
yes,
you would have used phase one before. Ask that question. Before you get to shoot for nine.
Yes. Okay. That's true. But then I'm sure they will still let you know that this is what you're going to be using. So that just in case. Yes,
Ghananie, here's the trick. Those who want to go into commercial photography here, some of them spend $1,500 a day rental to go and rent that phase one, take pictures with it for it to be in their portfolio. Because what happens is when you are sending the proposal, you add all of those things. What are the cameras you've used? What did you use them for? Like what shoots did you use them for? They'll ask all of those. You have to put it in there. These are the cameras that you can use. So commercial is a different ballgame. I'm sorry, it's a different ballgame.
Now I understand you. And that's why sometimes people just go out of their way, pay models to shoot specific concepts just for portfolio, so that when somebody asks, I've done this before, they will even tell you they did it for a client. Meanwhile, it was just a personal. But question. Okay, no, let's not go into gear. But I was just curious. Is there phase one in Africa? Don't mention South Africa. They are not in Africa.
What do you mean? There is phase one.
Is there phase one in Ghana? No, let me not go there.
Catalyst, please.
Not everyone flaunts their gear.
No, Ghana. But at least if there is a phase one in Ghana, we will know.
Did you know that there was an ARI in Ghana? There's been an ARI in Ghana.
I'm not a movie person, so
there has been an ARI in Ghana for more than 10 years.
And who is that?
Nicole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
$50,000. But people have gears that they don't show off.
No, but if you're using it on set, you work with other people, somebody will see it and talk.
How many commercial gigs have you seen on social media? Behind the scenes?
No, commercial, they don't. No, but let's say you, Catalyst, let's say you are with APAG. APAG uses a gear that this gear is top notch. I mean, Catalyst.
I'm not going to mention APAG's gears on social media.
No, not on social media. You and I, friend level, as we talk, you'll be like, like we are discussing a particular. You'll be like,
let's not talk about APAG.
No, but I'm talking about this gear. If I get how powerful it is, you will tell me that I've seen this guy use it before in Charlie. That thing is so powerful. Get one. You get
that. Someone said they've seen Nicole with an ARI. Do you know what happened? They raided his house the next week.
Hey, that one there. Okay, so for security reasons, yeah. So when I buy my C7, I won't let anybody see it. I'll package it in a way that you think it's still a D750, especially you, Kingsley.
To be honest, I think that depending on the niche you are looking at, you have to invest. I know we are switching to gear now. It's so strange. It's unfortunate.
Okay, no, let's come back. So let's come back. So yes, let's come back to rate cards. The thing is now officially this discussion, we need to close this discussion. So let's have your closing remarks one after. So I'll go according to how you appear on the screen. Kingsley, I have you first. Closing remark on this thing. 60 seconds.
60 seconds. Okay. So with your rate card, you should always involve your clients. The experience you give to them is always needed. It's not always about your pictures. It's not about the kind of pictures you produce at the end, but your experience, the experience you give to your clients is always needed. That's what I would say. Just add experience to your rate card.
Okay. Catalyst. 10 seconds gone.
Sorry, I was looking for the unmute button.
Okay.
Now, for me, in terms of rate card, your rate card is your base rate. Your pricing is different. So your rate card should be one of the first things you send within the first 3 communications you have with a client, so that you wouldn't have to waste your time discussing a project. Then afterwards, the client tells you that I can't afford you, so I'm out. Because remember, people charge for consulting fee. You don't. So it's already a waste, in my opinion. So your rate card should be about your base rate. The rest should be history, client, customer experience, and all of that. That's when you have the job.
Okay, so I think customer experience and all that will fall under pricing. So Kingsley, tomorrow we have you on 8 p.m. Make sure you're here.
8 p.m.
Ceremony. No, my guy, 8 p.m. GMT. Ceremony, closing remarks, 60 seconds.
So
Okay.
mine is very simple. Every professional photographer should have a rate card, and you should know your value. Put your value on the rate card. Don't go and copy someone's rate card, change logo, and make it your own. It is wrong.
People do that, eh?
Oh, people do that a lot.
Okay, so Nanaresh, your closing remark on rate cards.
Okay, I would say give what you have. All right. If you have anything you on your rate card that you give out to people, make sure you deliver beyond that for them, and just be fair when needed. All right. That's all I would say to you.
Okay, all right. So Osikani says, so I have a phase 1. Osikani, you're a liar. You don't have a phase 1. We know
your results to be rated.
But you don't have it. You want people to come and rate.
It's a Tuesday that he has crashed phase 1 on it. Even the phase is FACE.
Oh, wow. Okay, Gilbert, yes, we are about closing because we've exhausted, but this video will be available on the channel, so you can always watch it over and over. Yeah, so tomorrow we will, hey, Sir Chapel, you have a Hasselblad. Okay, cool. Tomorrow we will continue with pricing. So I will, yes, I'll see, Catalyst is happy. All right, yeah, so Seven says what? You should deliver your best for lifelong experience. Who's audio? No, Catalyst, we can't hear you. No, he's just making signs.
I have a whole number of slides on pricing, so I'm so happy. I'm going to use it for the first time.
All right. Okay, so hopefully you will share your screen. You will share your screen so that we can see your slides and all that. That's awesome. So tomorrow we have our Kingsley and Catalyst confirmed on there. Sir Bonnie will be passing through with his dancing internet. Nanaresh says what when it comes to gear, yes, we can involve him, but anything outside like pricing and all that, he will just be there as the overall professor to add his voice to it. Ajin Latte says, Charlie, you guys do, or yes, Ajin Latte, we are doing this for you guys. So the best you can do is to come here, get more people in here to come and listen. If these things, if you want to do them like videos and then post them, Charlie, we can't exhaust everything. It's always better when you're here that you ask questions and you feel you're connected instead of just a video there for you to go and watch. Yes, Catalyst, go ahead.
Just to chip in Ghananie, can you make like a thumbnail of what we'll be discussing tomorrow? So you put it on YouTube now so we can comment the questions, so that we'll have the questions and then be able to summarize our answers before we come here.
Yes, we will do that. Okay, yeah. So on that note, if there is a graphic designer here who would want to be helping with the flyers, because it's I've thought about it. It would be better if we have a flyer. We spread it on social media, so there are people elsewhere who don't know about what we are doing here, but they would want to be part. So if you're a graphic designer here, this is out. So if that's your way
will do it. Talk to
Rec. Okay, so I'll talk to Rec and then see if there's any other graphic
designer.
You're an underground graphic designer.
Please, I'm a graphic designer. No,
Okay, so Chaplaincy says what? If this be
Send
online
your race
class,
card. Send your race card.
so Sir Chaplaincy, this is our own way
yeah,
of
I'll send you my rate card.
helping our brothers. You get it? So we won't charge them. For now, we won't charge them. But a time will come, they would have to pay to be part of this. They would have to pay to watch this, like other, people are doing. But we hope we won't get there, because we are doing this out of love. So yeah, thank you guys for being part of this. Hey, please, say behave yourself. Which women are taking Ghananians thinking cap? Behave yourself. So yes, if you're a graphic designer, I want to help with the flyer so that, like today, we'll design what we'll discuss tomorrow, put pictures on, and then promote it on social media so we get people. Catalyst, whose hand is that? Is that a toy's hand or what? Okay, guys, thank you very much for being part. Hey, hi. Thank you very much for being part of this. And it's been great having all of you here, Charlie. So we'll do this again tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT. Catalyst, please note it down. It's not your time, it's GMT. So you can do your calculations, and then we'll be back here tomorrow at 8 p.m. So for now, if anybody, if you're in here and I've deleted the link. I would have put it there so that if you're in here, maybe you want us to see your face, you can just drop your face for us, because officially now this discussion is over. So if anybody has anything to add, we'll spend 2 more minutes here and we are gone. So if any of you want to, just unmute your mic and talk.
Please give it to Catalyst.
Why do you have to choose?
Thank you guys for having me here. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I miss Ghana.
Already?
No.
You are Miss Ghana.
We don't want you here. We don't want you
I'm
here.
busy protesting, please. But thank you guys.
Have you protested? Oh no, in fact, it's okay. Yes, we are done. So good night, guys.
Your channel is one of the channels that I really like. Anytime I see the notification, I want to be there. So thank you for having me there.
Thank you. The people here make it interesting. So thank you to everybody who makes it here.
Sorry, thank you for having me here. First time being here.
yes. You've been coming here all the time. We post the link, but you've been running away. Now tomorrow we have you and Catalyst here, Dolly, and then Sir Bonnie. Somebody says, well, Ghananie, please, I need help. Let's talk about type of background tomorrow. Okay, Stopinson, just DM me on Instagram, or if you have my WhatsApp number, just send me. Okay, so about backdrop, photography backdrop, no problem. Just DM me, and then so guys, we'll meet here tomorrow, and then I'm sending my rate card for design. Hey, Rek, what's up? Catalyst, see what your boy is doing. He's sending me his rate card for the flyer design. Hey, Rek, you be wicked though. Okay, guys, so let's not take more time of your time. Today we ended on time. Yesterday we ended after 11 p.m. Can you imagine? So, guys, tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT, we will be back here. So, thanks. You all can close and go. Little baby, bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye. All right, Stefani, Catalyst, King, Nanaresh, good night, guys. And everybody else. Yes, Elder Champion. Thank you all for being here. Seun, thank you for being here. Sir Chopinson, Ajilai, Eko Kwansa, Yusuf Ibrahim. I'm trying to mention the names I see here. Yes, Osikeni, Pixie, Mauto. Yes, I've mentioned Evans Baffo, he left earlier. Laurie Lawson was here. Yes, all the names I've mentioned. Okay, yeah. So Yapon, Obian Coffee. Everybody should go home. Let me. Where is this thing? Take it off. Okay, good night, guys.